All right, everybody, we are here. Top 12 days of Christmas. And we got a doozy one. We remember these are the memorable games, and we got to start off with number 12, and there got to be a number 12. I'm joined by Mist and Loveless. This is Mist pick for the Tactics. Is it the Tactics?
Yes, we didn't get tactics.
Yeah, it's Tactics. Yeah, Tactics. So, this is your pick because I have no unearthly idea what the fuck this game is.
Yes, this is also why I was inviting you as to why it was number 12, because a lot of people probably don't know what this game is, which is called Suikoden Tactics.
That's how memorable it is. You feel me?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, exactly. Tell us why.
But it's a game that's very much like Final Fantasy. I mean, it's almost identical to Final Fantasy, except for it probably has a little bit less of a fantasy feel to it. It feels more medieval than fantasy. But yeah, I mean, if you play Final Fantasy, you could probably play this game because it's pretty much the same thing. However, there are subtle differences between this series and Final Fantasy in that relationships matter in Suikoden. In Suikoden Tactics and the Suikoden series. But with we're doing Tactics, right?
Yeah, we're doing Tactics.
Yeah. With Tactics, just like Final Fantasy Tactics, it's a grid. You're doing the same things. You know, the object is clear the board or whatever your objective is, because this doesn't have to necessarily be clear the board. It could be just get to the end, whatever your objective is for the level. But with Tactics, each character has an elemental where if you are on a specific square, it can either boost or hinder your abilities. So it can lower your magic attacks or whatever, or heighten them, depending on where you are. Along with enemies also have an elemental or can have an elemental. And, you know, the object is kind of being smart about where you're placing your characters in terms of the enemies so that you can best defeat them. In addition to, if you position your characters in a specific way, you could do group attacks, you could do combo attacks, and that is something Final Fantasy does not do, really. I think they do it now, like in the remakes and Rebirth, but this was not the case back on PlayStation 2. So, this is why Suikoden is more memorable to me, or Suikoden Tactics is more memorable to me, because I think they put in a little bit more effort than Final Fantasy Tactics. So I just thought it was a more creative game, and also I think the story's better.
Okay.
Come at me. Play the game and come at me.
Okay. I'm not trying to come at you. Calm down.
I meant the audience, not you, Mac.
See, sorry, I got this complex of, I have this Michael Jordan complex where I took offense to that, what you said. I can see it, but here's the reason why, I'm going to speak as the person, the reason why this is number 12. Once again, there got to be a number 12. And the reason why it's number 12 is, as much as I look at this game, and the more I look at photos of this game, the gameplay of this game, while it looks good and it looks fun and it looks playable and great, the thing about it is it's not memorable, and I never heard a lot of people playing this game. With that said,
that's why I started with that. I did start by saying, because of fantasy, of course this one isn't going to be as memorable. Right. It's more memorable to me.
It's more memorable to you, and that is true. And I think that's the reason why there are a lot of this list was hard to come up, because we have personal attachments to certain games that are memorable to us and not memorable to the general public. But I can see why this game would be memorable on certain people, and there's a reason why it made the top 12 list. Levels, you want to chime in on some things on this?
Oh yeah. I'll say for sure that the one thing that really impressed me about this game, like looking at it, was the fact that it reminds me a bit of like Final Fantasy Tactics for like the original PlayStation. But I
Yeah.
feel like in this one, it's like more fleshed out. Like you said, having the squares that can hinder or amplify your abilities beyond like you have the high ground, so you have more, accuracy or something like around that effect.
Right.
It feels more fleshed out. It makes it feel like you're more attached to the characters, and then the soundtrack is also, in my opinion, it's a fantastic soundtrack that perfectly like fits the theming and what they're trying to do with everything. I don't have a lot to say because, well, I haven't played it myself. I'm just going off of what I've seen. I do think it's a game that I'm going to check out, and I think y'all should too, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. Of course, Final Fantasy opened the door for this game. That's a fact.
Right.
And of course, that also plays into why it's not as memorable in the whole scheme of things versus me. Because even I stumbled onto it. It's not like I knew this game from the get-go. I stumbled onto this one.
Right.
So, but when I played it, I really was like, this actually is better than Final Fantasy. And that's a controversial thing to say.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you gotta play it. I do think it actually is better than Final Fantasy.
Well, if you like Final Fantasy, you'll love this.
You'll love this,
think-
yeah. You'll love this if you love Final Fantasies. But if you want to come at her, just want to let you know. I just want to let you know we even though I disagree with what she says, you can come at her, but we don't run ones here at the Gang Fixers. We gang up here. So you're even though she is wrong.
Honestly, I don't mind people coming at me because I can also say it's my opinion. If you're mad at my opinion, you're mad at my opinion. I can't change that.
Miss, I'm just letting people know we don't run the ones.
Mac,
we gang up on people here.
Mac, I'm not talking about you.
Oh no! I know. I'm just letting know anybody come at you. We don't run ones. We gang up on you. So I'm just letting you know, even though you're wrong.
You don't even have to do that. Honestly, if you come at me and disagree, believe me, I will not be mad.
You getting beat up. Just letting you know. You get belt to ass.
No, don't do that.
Belt to ass.
Don't do that. If people come at me for this one, it is fine.
I'm just here along for the ride. I'm just like, I feel like I'm at a divorce between mom and dad. And I got.
No, I'm just letting people know that come at her, built the ass. But anyway, guys, that's. I'm not gonna say the name again because I get it wrong, and I'm gonna get
Suikoden Tactics. SUIKODN Tactics.
Suikoden Tactics. Whatever. It's Tactics, the tactical RPG. There it is, people. That's it.